My dear friends, present before you the Catholic perspective of organ donation. I would like to begin with a Psalm number 139, verses 13 to 16, and it goes like this. For you created my inmost being, you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. My dear friends, this is the description of the creation of the human beings. The creation of a sacred being. The sacredness of human being comes from each and every human being being created in the image and likeness of God. We believe that since each and every person carries the image and likeness of God, and since God has knitted each and every human being in the mother's womb, each and every human being is sacred. The Psalm describes that God Himself created the fetus and He guides the development of this fetus in the mother's womb. So, my dear friends, life is sacred because we believe that we have been fearfully and wonderfully made by God in our mother's womb. That's why we believe that life is inviolable. Each and every part of our human body is inviolable. So we have a duty to defend and promote life. To defend and promote life in its fullness. Our life and the life of others. And one of the important ways of promoting life is through organ donation. My dear friends, the church, especially the leaders of the church, through its teaching, through the catechism of the church or the encyclicals written by the popes, have been teaching that we have to give life to others, in the sense, if there is a need, Christians are urged to give their body parts to those in need. And the documents speak about the nobility of donating organs, both when we are living and after our death. First of all, organ donation shows that life is sacred. Our Holy Father Francis, just a few months ago, he spoke about the beauty of giving our body organs to those who are in need of them. And he said, life is threatened in so many different ways in our society. People don't care for life. And he said, when we see another human being in need of our organs, and if these organs can be given to them, and if we give them, it means that we consider the other person as sacred. So it is a sacred duty of each one of us to give the part of our body to those who are in need of it. The second point is organ donation is an act of love towards our neighbor. My dear friends, when a healthy person donates an organ such as a kidney to a person in need of it, he or she makes a genuine act of sacrifice to save that person's life. And such generosity on the part of the donor is modeled after the sacrifice of our Lord Jesus Christ, who himself, we believe, suffered and died to give us life eternal. And it reflects the teachings that he gave to us at the Last Supper. It says, "This is my commandment. Love one another as I have loved you." There's no greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. And we believe that Jesus Christ has laid down his life to give us life everlasting. And anybody who gives another person in need his or her organ, that person is offering the sacrifice that the Lord himself offered. My dear friends, the church teaches that the act of donation of the organ has to be an act of charity. It is an act of selflessness. It is an act of showing that we care for the person to whom the organ is given. One thing that we have to keep in mind is the church wants the donor to be, in a sense, not revealed. Whoever the person may be who wants this organ, if we give the organ, we give it as a selfless act of charity. And the charity extends to all people without any discrimination. The person may be from any relation, any gender, any age. Another point, organ donation, my dear friends, we believe is a gift to the suffering Lord. Jesus gives us a very, very important teaching in the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 25, where he says that whatever you do to the least of my brethren, you do it unto me. The person who is in need of any body organ is a person in need. That person becomes least at that moment. The person may be rich, the person may be poor, the person may be of any gender, but that person at that moment is a needy person. And Jesus says, whenever you reach out to this type of a person, you reach out to me. Whatever you do to the least of my brethren, that you do unto me. So, donating an organ to a person who is suffering, who is in need of it, is a gift to the suffering Lord. Another point is the documents of the church and popes, they say that organ donation is a social responsibility. It is a social responsibility, and it is an expression of universal brotherhood. We know, as we have been explained by the speakers, there are so many people who are in need of many of our organs. And many a time they pass from this world without this need being fulfilled. If we realize that we can save somebody, if we can realize that we can even increase a day of their life, no matter who the person is, that will be great in the eyes of God. And this is the social responsibility that the Holy Father speaks about. Pope Francis says, beyond one's individual needs and open oneself generously to a greater good. He says, when one breaks his individuality, selfishness, and reaches out to others in giving the organ, he does a greater good. He says it is not only an act of social responsibility, but also an expression of universal brotherhood, which binds all men and women together. Another beautiful thing that John Paul II, our Pope, now who is a saint, he spoke about, and even the current Pope says, is about the culture of life. Both of them say that whenever we give our body organ to those who are in need of them, we promote the culture of life. In the world we see the culture of death, but we as Christians, as being created in the image and likeness of God, and we who believe that each and every person is created in the image and likeness of God, have to promote the culture of life. And when we donate the body organ to those in need, and if it is done in an ethical manner, we offer somebody a chance to live. We offer somebody a chance to care for their family and be cared for the family. My dear friends, as Maulana has said, the church also teaches that there should not be any commercialization of organs. Why? Because organs are a gift of God. And as organs are given to us as a gift, we have to see that we give them as a gift. So we cannot sell organs. Nobody can charge for donating organs. Charging for the organ that is donated means one is violating the principle of human dignity. We have some conditions that the church lays down for organ donation, and there are three of them. When it is a case of a person who has willed to give his body organs after his death, the church says that there should be respect for the mortal remains of the deceased. The second condition is there should be a free consent, and therefore also the permission of both the living donor and the deceased. The third, as I've already mentioned, is the condition is the absence of commercialization and discrimination based on age, race, sex, religion, social status, and possible usefulness. Possible usefulness, that's the word that is used because many times people are charged as of having value if they are contributing to the good of the society or not. But for the church, each and every person has a value. There are some ethical issues of organ donation. As we've said, people can donate tissues or organs both when they are alive and after death. but some ethical issues have to be taken into consideration. The first is, organ transplants are not morally acceptable if the donor or those who legitimately speak for him have not given their informed consent. This is what our Catechism number 2296 says. The second issue is, when organs or tissues are removed during life, it is important that the donation of that organ does not cause damage or death to the donor. So the transplantation of organs from living donors is morally possible or permissible when such a donation will not sacrifice or seriously impair any essential bodily function, and the anticipated benefit to the recipient is proportionate to the harm done to the donor. Furthermore, the freedom of the donor must be respected, and economic advantages should not accrue to the donor. The third, it is a requirement for living donors that the functional integrity of the living donors remain intact. We know that our bodily integrity has the anatomical integrity and the functional integrity. The Church teaches that we have some organs in our body that are very, very essential for our functional integrity. If we give that organ, then our bodies will not function. Will not function well. Perhaps if we give when we are living, when we give an eye to a cornea to another person, the person's functional integrity will be affected because the person will not be able to see in depth. But whereas there are some organs of our body, as we know, which when can be donated, do not affect our functional integrity. They may affect our anatomical integrity. But whenever there's functional integrity that is affected, that is considered as immoral. In donation after death, we must take into account the degree of certainty of death and the extent to which organs are damaged. These are the ethical issues, apart from others, that I'm not going to discuss here. I would like to conclude, my dear friends. St. John Paul II, Pope, he said, every organ transplant has its source in a decision of great ethical value. The decision to offer without reward a part of one's own body for the health and well-being of another person is to be encouraged. Donating one's organ to a person who needs it for his or her functional integrity is a very noble gesture. It is a gesture, is a genuine act of love. He says that it is not a matter of giving away something that belongs to us, but of giving something of ourselves. So my dear friends, as I conclude, I would like to say, whenever we give a part of our body to a person who needs it, we become a blessing to that person. And we believe that those who become a blessing to others are blessed abundantly by God. Thanks for listening.